Hello, third grade. So we are moving to part one of 11.4, which focuses on liters and milliliters. So again, we will practice reading to find the amount of liquid and read it in liters and milliliters. And then we also will get to conversions, but that will be part two. So if we take a look at our vocabulary, we have liters, and we show that by a capital L. Then we have milliliters, which we show that as a lowercase m and a capital L. Okay, so those are important. Those are different than the ones that we've done so far. They've all been lowercase. So keep that in mind. And then volume and capacity are two important ones that often people get mixed up. So we will spend some time talking about that to make sure we understand the difference. Now, before we begin, I wanted to recap what we've done previously, so that way we can start seeing this trend. So far we've learned that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And then we learned that 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. And then we learned that 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. And now today we are going to learn that 1,000 milliliters, and remember that capital L there, equals 1 liter. Okay, so what I like to think is these are all 1,000, which makes it nice and easy to remember. The only one that is different is this 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. So this is the one you have to keep in mind when you are doing things like a test or an assignment that's due. You want to keep this one fresh in the front of your mind to remember that this is the one that's different than the rest. So the liters and milliliters are units of capacity. So if we take a look at this picture down below, he has a container full of water and he is pouring that into a measuring cup. So if you've been home and doing any sort of baking, this should look very familiar. So he is thinking, okay, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. The measuring cup is marked in liters and milliliters. So if you take a look, we have our 500 milliliters down there, which is halfway to 1,000 because 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So the most important part I would like you to take away from this slide is that the capacity of this measuring cup is 1 liter. So capacity is the amount of liquid a container can hold. So that's the amount that can fit inside. If you pour over capacity, it's going to be spilling out. So we're going to think about this point right here. How much is 1 liter of water? So if we take a look at the two examples, the cylinders show how a capacity of 1 liter compares to a capacity of 10 milliliters. So you can see the difference here. 1 liter is much larger than 10 milliliters. All right, now we are going to be moving on to thinking about how volume is different than capacity. So container A is partly filled with water. That partly is going to be important. Then they add more water. Container A is completely filled with water, and then they're dumping it into the measuring cup there. So the volume is the amount of liquid in a container. Capacity, again, if we go back, is how much a container can hold. So capacity, you're thinking the container, what is the max amount a container can hold for capacity? The volume is just how much water is inside or how much liquid is inside of a container. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind also is that sometimes the volume and the capacity are the same, and that's where it can kind of get confusing. So if you have a water bottle that is full, the volume and the capacity are the same because volume is the amount of liquid in the container and the capacity is how much it can hold. So if it's filled to the max, then they are going to be equal to each other. But if you have half of a water bottle, the capacity is not changing. Your water bottle is not getting smaller. The capacity is still the entire water bottle. The volume is just half of it now. So like we did with kilograms and grams, there is a scale of markings that we need to be able to read in order to determine the amount inside. And this is a real life thing. If you guys, like I said, are baking or any sort of cooking, you typically use measuring utensils in order to make sure that you're putting the right amount. So if we take a look at this measuring cup, each marking on this measuring cup stands for another 100 milliliters. And if you take a look, and something I want you to keep in mind is they give you kind of like a 3D view. So you're looking at this first line. The line back here is just showing if you looked at how you would actually look at it and what you would see. But we're looking at this dark blue line. Same thing with here, this first dark blue line. So this one is measuring at 700 milliliters because it is, you see it at the 500 here, and then it tells us each marking stands for 100. So then it has one line and then another line. So we go to 600, then 700 milliliters. And now if we take a look at this measuring cup, the capacity of this one is 500 milliliters because that's the total amount that could be inside of this measuring cup, but it is not full. So we're looking at the volume. So the volume of this measuring cup is 400 milliliters. And if you look, I know it might be kind of tiny, but it is falling right on that 400 milliliters. And then finally, we have a tiny, tiny one that the max capacity is 100 milliliters, and it is full. So the volume and the capacity of this measuring cup would be the same. They both would be 100 milliliters because it is full. So the volume is 100 milliliters, and the measuring cup can only hold 100 milliliters, so the capacity is also that. We're going to do some practice. Now, again, this is something that you could practice very easily at home. If you have measuring cups in your house, practice filling it up to different lines and reading where it is. So, number one, we're looking at this line right here. Okay, remember the dark blue line, not this part. It's just showing it, so it's 3D. Now this one is similar to the one we looked at the last slide. So this is skip counting by 100 milliliters. We have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and then it is one above. So this is showing 600 milliliters. And now again, we are finding volume. If they were asking us about the capacity of number one, it would be 1 liter because that is how much the measuring cup can hold. That's its max capacity. And if you think too, if you ever see signs on doors, like if you think to our all-purpose room or the gym at Van Sciver, outside of there, if you've ever noticed, there's a sign that says max capacity, and it tells you how many people are allowed to fit inside, okay? That is the max amount that we can hold in that room. So that is very similar to this. We're just thinking about liquids instead of people. All right, so for number two, if we take a look at that line, now this one's a pretty simple one because it's landing exactly on this one for us, but we want to get in the habit of determining what it is skip counting by. So this one, if we take a look at the lines, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which tells us then this is skip counting by 50s. So we have 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. So again, just so we can get some practice, the capacity of this measuring cup is 500 milliliters, but the volume here is only 250 milliliters. Number three, I know this is super, super tiny, but if we see our lines, this is skip counting by 10 milliliters. Again, max capacity of this measuring cup is 100 milliliters, but it is to the line of 30 milliliters here for this one. And the last one, same thing, it is counting by 10 milliliters. And that one only jumps up 2 lines, and I know it's super tiny, but if it goes by 2 lines and we're counting by tens, then that tells us it is 20 milliliters. Now, this water jug is filled completely with water. The water is emptied into measuring cups. So now this is telling us the capacity of this jug, because they're pouring everything out into these two to figure out how much does it take in order to fill this water jug completely. Okay, remember, capacity means the entire thing is full. Can't fit any more or it would be overflowing. So they first dump it into this measuring cup that has a max capacity of a liter, and then they pour it into the rest of this measuring cup, which brings us to 1 liter, 400 milliliters. So you're going to do some practice. There's only 3 here. You are going to be practicing reading the scales of these measuring cups and writing in milliliters how much is filled in these jugs. Please raise your hand once you finish so that way I can check it. Good luck.